A leading Nigerian scientist and virologist, Oyewole Tomori, has critically condemned Africa's response to the Ebola scourge, which is troubling some of the West African countries on the continent. Mr. Tomori shocked participants at the International Meeting on Emerging Diseases and Surveillance into silence in Vienna after he gave a speech on the matter. The scientist, who also criticized the World Health Organization's response, said without mincing words that corruption, a big problem in Africa, has also spilled into the life-threatening crisis, with funds for research and mobilization grossly misappropriated. He blamed the continent for a culture of wastefulness, citing an example with the abandoned research center in Kinshasa, which was started by the French, adding that Africa's problems belong to Africa and should be solved by Africa. He went on to say that considering the lavish lifestyles of many African leaders, the continent is clearly not poor and can definitely afford hand gloves and other health supplies necessary to contain the biological scourge. The expert also added that there are volunteers coming from different parts of the world and willing to go to Ebola-hit countries, but who are unable to proceed because of the logistics which are yet to be put in place. Mr. Oyewole Tomori was World Health Organization's regional virologist for the African region when the virus broke out in Congo in 1995. Do you think he has a point, guys? Are there facts that need to be told, or is he being a bit too harsh? You know how we do. Share your opinions with us on our social media platforms using the hashtag #SayIt. Prosecutors in South Africa have insisted that Paralympian Oscar Pistorius, who recently started serving a 5-year jail sentence for shooting and killing his model girlfriend in February last year, did not get enough time for the crime. During the trial, the prosecutors had argued that he, Oscar, deserved a more serious charge of murder and tried to convince the judge that the Paralympian did the crime on purpose. As we all know, the judge dismissed them on the ground of insufficient evidence for the allegation. Well, the guys are back again, unfazed and appealing for his sentence to be increased. In a statement released by the National Prosecuting Authority in South Africa through their spokesman Nathi Nkumbe, the legal institution has been quoted as saying, "Today, we announce that the NPA filed the application for leave to appeal both the conviction and sentence." The prosecutors said that they would continue to insist that 27-year-old Oscar Pistorius be convicted for a harsher prison term and for murder as well, as opposed to his bagging the 5 years he got for manslaughter. River Steenkamp's family have reportedly said that they do not seek vengeance and have come to accept the 5-year prison time handed to their daughter's lover turned killer. If you live in West Africa, you have less than 6 more years to spend your nation's currency, if ECOWAS has anything to do with it. According to Ventures Africa, the Economic Community of West African States ECOWAS has set 2020 as its deadline to roll out a single currency. The announcement was made by Mr. Etienne Ebel, the Director of Strategic Planning ECOWAS Commission, and he's quoted as saying, "The 2020 vision seeks to create a borderless, peaceful, prosperous and cohesive region built on good governance. It will also give people the capacity to access and harness its enormous resources through the creation of opportunities for sustainable development and environmental preservation." Obviously, there's quite a lot of work to be done to meet the deadline. Member states will be required to adopt a market-based exchange rate system, microeconomic convergence, remove trade barriers, sort out statistical harmonization, put in place a payment system infrastructure, and much, much more. So guys, are you excited about the idea of a single West African currency? You know what I'm about to ask. Share your opinions on our social media platforms. Don't forget to use the hashtag #SayIt.